Hey guys, it's Callie here, and I know it's been forever since I've done mesh tutorial videos, but I'm back. So, in this video, I'm going to show you a lot about Marvelous Designer. It's the program that I use most of all. So, in my last video, I showed you guys how to take your default shape, your shape from Second Life using the Firestorm viewer and put it into Blender and then export it from Blender so you could import it into Marvelous Designer so you can make it clothes. When you start Marvelous Designer, this is not how your thing's going to look. You're going to have a different avatar here, and you're probably going to have a dress here. But delete the dress. You can just select all the pieces of it and just delete it. And I'm going to get you to where your screen looks somewhat like this. So we're going to go over here to File, and we're going to import OBJ. And we're going to find the shape, any of the shapes that you exported. So now I have been actually using the default Avastar shape to make my mesh because you can it's kind of in between medium and large, and you can actually make it around that and then scale it up or down using proportional editing in Blender, which will be in my next video. But for this tutorial's sake, I'm going to click the medium female shape that I made. Okay, and on here we're going to load as avatar, and make sure you pay attention to this. In Second Life, I don't know if you've ever seen, like on your radar, the distance is in meters. If you do millimeters, you're not even going to see the avatar because it's so small. So, meters. And then we're going to click OK. And your screen will look somewhat like this. Okay, and what we're going to do in this video, I'm going to show you some of the buttons, and we're going to make a skirt. So this is one of my good buttons that I use. I call the select button, it's called edit pattern, but I call the select button because you can select the pattern that you've made, or well, anything in it. These are your curve buttons. If you have a skirt that you want to be more form-fitting, because if you make a skirt, if you draw it just as a square, it's going to gap at the top if you do a high-waisted. So we're going to do a high-waisted one in this video, so I can show you that. And then this is the polygon button, but it's what I call, well, I mean, I guess I don't really call it anything, but I use it to make the mesh, to draw it. These are your sewing buttons, because whenever you sew a skirt together, you want to sew the sides so you don't just have two pieces of fabric. I'll show you those in a few minutes. So here we're going to, and if you go from out here and just do a square, you're going to have where this gaps at the waist. So what I would do is I would just draw it more form-fitting, and we're going to do this and then this. And you can draw it the other way around the skirt. If you are that awesome about getting it right on both sides, then you know what, more power to you, but I'm not. So I'm going to do half, and then I'm going to click my select button. First of all, I'm going to pull this down just a little. Okay. And we are going to unfold on that line, which does that, which I think is really cool. Okay. So the curve buttons, I use this one the most. And what you can do is curve it in or out, which I'm going to undo that. And the other ones, this curves on a fixed point. This adds a point. I don't use that one really. And then we're going to, well, first of all, oopsies, we want to select the pattern, copy, and mirror paste it, because obviously we need two pieces of fabric, a front and a back. And we're going to go ahead, and if you're wondering how I'm rotating around my avatar like this, you just click the right key on your mouse, and it'll let you rotate. Okay, we're going to put this as close as, ooh, not that close, as possible. Okay, and we are going to sew the sides together. So obviously this side, you want to sew to this side, and this to this. Okay, now if it goes through your avatar from one side to the other, make sure you check because if that happens, then you've sewed the right side to the left side, which is not good. And then those two. Okay? And now this is what I call the shrink wrap button. It's actually the simulate button, but it shrink wraps your mesh to your body. So let's go ahead and click it. Okay? And then, as you can see, there's a little hand for my cursor now. And what that does is it actually lets you pull on the mesh. Let's say this side is like way up here and this side's like way down here. Or if you're making a shirt and like a tube top and it goes under the chest, then obviously you're going to want to pull back up. So that's pretty much what this does. And there's some holes, but that's okay. We can fix that in Blender. Okay. So these are my other two favorite buttons. This resets it like you had it right before you clicked this button, and then this resets the pattern so it looks like this, one next to the other, which I don't really like. I like doing this one. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and export this, and this is really important. You got to make sure you pay attention to the menus when they come up. We're going to do this in tutorial, and I already made one of them, so skirt 2. And okay, on here, make sure you pay attention to this. You need to deselect the select all avatars box because you do not want the avatar to come with the mesh. Then you want to click weld, and then obviously meters. We talked about that earlier, and click OK. And now you're going to open Blender, delete the box that's over here, and you're going to, what I usually do is I first import the avatar, and then I import the piece of mesh. You can do either way. Do shapes, medium female, and then we're going to go ahead and import our piece of mesh, skirt 2. Okay. And what we're going to do is, oopsies, undo that. We're going to make sure, it doesn't have any problems like these. You're going to want to fix that, but I will probably make another video for that. So you'll want to edit it, and like I said, I'll make that in another video. But for now, we're pretty much good. We've imported it into Blender, and we're ready to edit. So I will make another video. If I quit doing that, I'll make another video for proportional editing and sculpting your dress to make sure you fix those holes. Alright, well, I am signing off. I will see you guys in my next video. I hope I helped. Thanks for watching.